This is not financial advice. You already know what time it is, baby. If you just rolling into the building, let us know where you from. And here we go. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Mic check. Let me know if my mic is working, baby. And also, let me know where you from in the comments, baby. Let me know where you from in the comments. Somebody said, Discord fam's in a building. I see you, baby. I see you. We in here. Let's get it. Let's get it and let's go. I see y'all. Much love. Discord family is in a building. We know where you going. You going straight to the promised land, baby. Let me know where you from. Happy, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, baby. You know what that means? Disney Plus, Loki. The last episode is coming out today. So let's see how the series ends out and we can see what it does for Disney in terms of profit. But again, let me know where you from, baby. Let me know where you from. Oh yeah, let's get it. Maryland is in a building. We got Nebraska in a building. I see you. Oh yeah. Oh, it's rolling in now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. New York in a building. Indiana is in a building. We got Wisconsin in a building. Cambodia, Los Angeles, Dallas, Texas. This is a roll call. This is a head count. Let's get it, baby. Where you from? Let me know in the comments. Chicago is in a building. Discord fam, I see you, baby. Shout out to the Discord family again. We got New York. Somebody said we not having that. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. We got North Carolina again in a building. Texas. Everybody, let's get it. Let's get it. Oh yeah, it's early in the morning, baby. We waiting for the market to open. It's time to get this money, baby. I see you. Vegas, Delaware, Tennessee. Everybody in here, baby. Everybody in the building. We got North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina. We got London is in the building. Morocco, I see somebody said that in the building. Let's get it. Orlando, Richmond, Virginia is in the building. Houston, Texas, Washington. We got Miami is in the building. I see you, baby. Somebody said Oman is in the building. Mississippi is in the building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Dominican Republic is in the building. Puerto Rico in the building. I see Haiti. I see Jamaica. I see Italy is in the building. The Bronx, we in the building. Fort Worth, somebody said they from Washington, D.C. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. If you just rolling in, you already know what time it is, baby. Let us know where you from in the comments. Let us know where you from. Let's get it. All right, now let's go and check before the market opens, baby. And again, let us know where you from if you just rolling in. But let's check in the comments, or actually let's check what's going on with none other than the one, the only AMC Entertainment, the first banger on the list. All right, so what do we have here? We have AMC Entertainment is currently at, am I on? No, on Nio. AMC Entertainment is currently, bow. We got some green candles, baby, on a 5-minute chart. We up to $38. We up to $38 right now. I see Memphis is in the building. I see you, baby. Somebody said White Square is in the building. Arkansas is in the building. Montreal, Singapore, we in the building, baby. Somebody said D-Town, Texas. Let's get it. Atlanta, Georgia, Michigan in the building. We in the building, baby. Look at these green candles, baby. 1, 2, 3. That's a good start. That's a good solid start. And now we got a little bit of a red candle, but it's turning into a green one. Let's see where we go with this one, baby. Let's get it. Alabama is in the building. Yonkers is in the building. Memphis is in the building. Puerto Rico, H-Town is in the building, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. I see y'all. I see y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said UK is in the building. Dubai in the building. I see you. I see you. Shout out to everybody who's in the building. And again, major salute to the Discord family. Ethiopia in the building. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Here we go. All right. Florida, Belgium. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Somebody said Blackpool, UK. Shout out to that. Shout out to y'all. Buffalo, New York in the building. Discord fam, Cayman Islands. I see you, baby. I see you. Look at this. We got some nice, large green candles to start the day with, baby. Start the day with. So I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's video that you can make money when the stocks come down. A lot of people make money when stocks go up, but most people never in their life will they make money when the stocks come down, family. But we've been talking about that, and we're going to break down a little bit as to how it works with a put option. How it works with a put option. Remember, put options is risky because the stock market tends to go up. However, when you see a stock coming down, and we're not going to do no, well, you can do what you want. I'm not going to do any put options on AMC. I won't do it because I'm not in the business of making money with Citadel or whoever else, Melvin Capital, none of these hedge funds. I don't want to make $1 with them. Not on this one. Not on this one, baby. Not on this one. But with other stocks that we see pulling back a little bit, like I just told you not too long ago, family, like I just told you not too long ago, ChargePoint. Let's see what it's doing now. Let's see what it's doing now. Remember, ChargePoint is a long-term banger. ChargePoint is a long-term banger. What do I mean by that? This thing ain't going to be dropping for long. But look, you see all the way from here? Let's actually even go back. All the way from up here. Look at this. When we saw, oh, even further. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. You can make money on this. on the way down. You can make money on the way down. But then remember, with charge point, 25 is an extremely strong support line. An extremely strong support line. So if you wanted to actually go long on it, shout out to South Korea in the building, Queens in the building. I see you, baby. If you wanted to go long on charge point, then you want to consider picking up close to a support line if you get some confirmation, baby. If you get some confirmation, shout out to it. Again, Apple has been absolutely doing numbers. So many people in the Discord been showing me their Apple just call options, and they've been just making money on this like crazy. The largest company in the entire world is running. What kind of stuff is that, baby? What kind of stuff is that? Somebody said, do you think the market is going to be down today? Now, again, I told you in my last video just yesterday, what I want you to do. Somebody said, does an option require a margin account? You just need to have the premium. Somebody said the sound. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, baby. Mic check. Mic check in the building. Mic check. Is my mic working? It seemed like it's working everybody else. So let's get it. I told you to do this. VTI, Vanguard's Total Stock Market ETF. This will give you the temperature on what's happening on the entire stock market. This will give you the temperature, baby. So now what you do is this. You could buy it if you want, but definitely have it on your watch list so you can see what's going on. So in the pre-market, the entire stock market is up 0.43%. Sound good, baby. Sound good. Let's get it. Texas is in the house. If you just rolling in, you already know this is a head count. This is a roll call, but this is not financial advice. I just hope you bought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, you not going to buy the dip, and then you're going to sell low and be right back here crying to me, and I'm not having that. So if you can't do the heat of these hot stocks, then stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in the index funds. Now, hit that like button to show your boy some love. Hit that notification bell to stay tuned. Ric Flair, woo! Let's get straight to the point. Subscribe to the channel. Now, again, the first banger on the list, you already know what time it is, but before we get to the first banger on the list, let's talk about the stock market as a whole. Take a look at this. The whole stock market is basically up 0.43%. Now, this is not much, but again, this is the whole stock market, baby. It's not going to move like a growth stock. This is Vanguard's Total Stock Market ETF. Now, let's go look at some growth stocks. For example, Apple, you could consider that a growth stock, a tech play, right? Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's actually up too. Tesla's up 0.5%. Look at that. Tesla's up 0.5. Let's get a test on how somebody said, let's get it popping, baby. Let's get it. I'm not having that. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. London, I see you, baby. I see you in the building. Ric Flair, baby. Woo! Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, again, let's look at what's going on with the whole market. CCIV is down in the pre-market. CCIV is down in the pre-market, right? Disney is up 0.5% in the pre-market, so not much movement. Most of it is kind of flat on the day. We got Nio is up 0.5%, but remember, this is nothing for a play like Nio. This is nothing. This doesn't tell you anything yet. Doesn't tell you anything yet. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. But again, let's look at AMC. Let's see what they're doing. Let's go all the way over. Here we go. AMC is down 1.73%, family. 1.73%. So I actually got a comment that I wanted to respond to. You got to remember sometimes you got to take it as a learning opportunity or even a teaching opportunity. I thought this was a huge teaching opportunity. Huge teaching opportunity. Because one thing about the stock market that people get caught up on is they start to think that one indicator or one metric is going to tell you everything, but that's absolutely false. You can't just do technical analysis and then all of a sudden you know where the stock market is going to go. You can't just get news catalysts and then all of a sudden you know where the stock market is going to go. It's all kinds of things. You got to know how are generally the investors feeling. Discord family in the building, I see you. You got to know what is the sentiment on the market. So take a look at this. Somebody comment, listen. I will never ever shame anybody. Never. But again, let's talk about it. Take a look at this. My guy said this. He said, Keenan, I love your videos. And shout out to you, big dog. Appreciate you. He said, but Kramer, he said, don't use Kramer as an advocate for holding. Now, I want to show you something. Do you know, and I told you this yesterday, that Kramer has, I want to say, 1.7 million followers. Let's look him up. Kramer. See if he pop up. Jim Cramer, maybe. Jim Cramer. Here we go. Let's look him up. Jim Cramer. Take a look at this. Boom. 1.7 million people follow him on Twitter, right? So he has an audience. So then the other day, your boy Kramer He basically just said this, and people were saying, oh, he was being sarcastic. He was being, look, listen, he told 1.7 million people all at once. He has a popular show on CNBC. He told all these people at once, to AMC buyers, he told you to hold. He told you to hold. Now, you may not like Cramer, but you do know this. People follow certain other people. And he told 1.7 million people to hold. And I'm sure that the people who are following him, you might not be, but guess what? Some people are. And he's basically, in this case, he's an advocate for the movement, at least in this specific small time frame. In this specific small time frame. You never know with these people, though. He could flip tomorrow. Who knows? Who knows? But in this moment, he did us a favor. And I'll show you what it was. I'll show you what it was. According to this, here we go. You know, I got the Mac. I'm about to send the airdrop. You already know how it is, but I'm not talking to Siri today. You been rocking with me. You seen how me and Siri been going. We've been beefing, me and Siri. I say, yo, Siri, how you doing today, girl? Siri's like, not today. Not today. So I had to let it go. My guy sent me a super chat. He said this. Why can't, and shout out to you, Bob, for this. He said, why can't hedgies just buy back their shares on the dark pool to cover the short and then dump it in the open market? It sounds like a win-win for them. So the dark pool is not like literally like a place. It's literally where you trade off exchange, right? You trade off of the exchange, and then oftentimes what they've been doing, family, is they've basically been loading up and rerouting our shares or our buys over there, right? They've been rewriting our buys over there, and then the transaction happens over there, but then everything basically is done. It's done. So it's basically to stop just huge sell-offs. They really trying to stop huge sell-offs on certain stocks. So when they do the trades over on the dark pool, then basically the trades are happening over there, and then it doesn't pull up the stock like we wanted to over on our market, baby. But look, let's look at this. AMC is trending today, or it was trending at least for a little bit after Jim Cramer basically said, hold AMC. So guess what? The message is getting out. That's what it's all about. It's not all about technical analysis all of the time. It's not all about news catalysts all of the time. It's not all about people influencing on the internet all of the time. It's all of those things at once. All of those things at once. You got to play chess, not checkers. You got to see what's going on in the world. And just so you could basically be up on the plays and just know what's going on. This is not a checkers game, baby. This is not a checkers game. This is a all-encompassing, all of these data points matter. Every single one of them. Jersey, I see you in the building. That's right. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Say it with me again, baby. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's the 5 Ps. You already know what time it is. You already know what I'm talking about, baby. So now, I want you to see this. Another one, just so we can clear up a few things. And if you just get in the building, let me know where you from, baby. So I want you to take a look at this. Take a look at this. Come on, airdrop. Let's see. Y'all, airdrop, you gonna help me out today or no? Or no? Here we go. All right, here we go. Here we got it. We got it, baby. We in the building. Now, take a look at this. Somebody asked me this question. And I'm gonna show you why. Because we just gotta clear this up. Because sometimes I think people get confused, and notice I block everybody's name out because I'm not in the business of shaming people. And again, Bob, appreciate you for super chat, big dog. Much love and much respect. So now take a look at this. Right here. Yesterday, somebody asked me specifically, and they were like, Keenan, can you show what your AMC position is right now? So like, I got you then. I did it. I showed. And notice that I got $12,000 market value on this stock. However, I got 300 shares. Baby. Now, somebody said this. Hold up. He said, I am bothered by what I saw earlier in dude's video. Does anyone remember when he claimed that he had 17,000 worth of AMC, but today it's worth 12? That means he sold some. How are you telling others to hold? First of all, I'm holding for you. You can do what you want. I'm holding for you. That's first of all. You can hold, you can sell, you do what you want. I'm holding for you. But he said, how are you telling others to hold when you aren't doing the same? To me, that shows deceit. Then he said, when you can't practice what you preach. And then I'm thinking to myself, when I showed you I had 17% or 17,000 of this, could it be the case that the stock is coming down? Could it be the case that the stock is coming down? Could that be it? This was $64 a share, and now it's all the way down to 36. Now, if you expected me, big dog, to have the same amount that I had when it was almost basically double. I don't know what you're talking about, big dog. Come on, man. Come on. We gotta be reasonable, big dog. And I just wanted to use this as a teaching moment so you can understand that your equity will not remain the same if the stock price is coming down. Baby, it won't. It won't. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I promise you that I got 300 shares. That's all I can tell you. Whatever the market value of this is gonna be determined by the share price. I can't change that. I cannot change that. All right, and he kind of make me want to go back and find a video just see. Come on, man. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? I can't have the same amount that I had when it was all the way up at 60 as I do when it came all the way down here. That's, you know what I mean? Sometimes we just gotta put two and two together, man. When I see stuff like this, I just want to give people a hug and just show them, like, you know, I got you, man. Look, listen, we gonna make it work. We gonna make it happen. But now, let's talk about this. So one thing that I want you to see is we're talking about put options. We're talking about put options, right? Because you can make money, and I'm not talking about on AMC. I'm not getting down with these short sellers who getting busy. But when you see stocks that are really moving like crazy, right? Really moving like crazy, and you don't think that they are where they should be. You don't think they are where they should be. What you could do is called shorting a stock. Well, in this case, we're calling it buying a put option. That's how we're gonna keep it simple. You buy a put. You buy a put. When you buy a call, now let's go over to good old Stocko tracker, so everybody can understand this. Now, pay attention. You can make money when the stock market comes down. There's two ways to go about it. There's calls and there's puts. On a call option, most of the call options is because you think a stock is going to go up. So you would load up on that, right? You would buy them. But most of the puts, when you buy a put, in this case, you expect the stock to go down when you buy a put. Now, most of these are people who bought puts on AMC, and most of these are people who bought calls on AMC. Notice, shout out to AMC, because the call options, we just overtook the put options again. Shout out to AMC for that. But again, let's take a look. If you buy a put, this means you expect the stock to go down, right? You expect the stock to go down. So now, this is what I did the other day on the Discord. Discord family, you see me put this on my watch list, and I just explained. Let me see if I can find it. And where is it? Here it is. So now I just literally explained that when you buy a put, you expect the stock to go down. So when you buy a call, you want to buy it, and then you want the stock price to basically, it gives you the right, and pay attention to this. When you buy a call, it gives you the right to basically load up on a stock on a certain price. Or you could buy it if you choose, or you could exercise it because it's a contract. But take a look at this. When you buy a put, notice this charge point put was for $35. So somebody asked me, they say, Keenan, why is the put for $35 if charge point never reached $35? So I want you to think of it just like this. This gives you the right to sell charge point for $35 a share, right? So you get to sell it for high as you want, but you want the price to go down, down, down. So if you could sell it here and then the price is here, you make no money. But if you could sell it here and then the price comes down here, but you could sell it here, you make a lot of money. And if the price keeps going down, then the more money you make. That's how this works. Somebody said, okay, if a stock, and appreciate you, Barney, he said this, if a stock splits, should you buy it? Technically, usually when a stock splits, that's good. Should you buy a put? Oh, on a stock split? Stock splits are generally positive. Because I mean the company, they generally doing excellent. So shout out to them. But yeah, when you buy a put, family, basically you expect the stock to go down and you want to make money on the way down. But we keeping them short term. Somebody said perfect example of making money on a put. Exactly. So appreciate you, big dog. But yeah, on a split, maybe you could, if people are selling the news, but a split is usually a good sign. A reverse split is a bad sign, generally. My guy Zeke, he said this. He said, let's study it. He said, man, out here trying to make people sell and not watch videos from people that's trying to help and get educated, learn. Right, big dog, appreciate you, big dog. Let's take it to the moon, family. Let's take it to the moon. And somebody else, KG, shout out to you for the super chat, big dog. He said this. He said, the day you had 17, the price was like 57 and 56. Right. It was up. It was way up. That's what I'm talking about. You know, look, sometimes we just gotta sit back and think. We gotta think before we try to just jump on somebody's back about anything and say, you know what? That's what I did when I saw that comment. I said, you know what? Let me sit back and think. What's going on with this? That's funny. That's funny. Oh, my allergies messing up looking at these short sellers, baby. They're looking at these short sellers. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I want you to see what's going on with none other than the one, the only, the Motley Fool. And before we even open up, we might not even open up any of their articles. Let's see how many articles they put out on AMC in the last few days. They just can't help themselves. They just can't. they just can't. Why is everyone talking about AMC stock? Motley Fool today. And then they said this. Why AMC stock skyrocketed this much in the first half of the year? Why AMC Entertainment stock is falling again today? Look at them. They're in love. They're in love. But let's check this one out. Let's check it out and let's see what's going on, family. Let's see what's going on. So why is everyone talking about AMC stock? Key points. CEO Adam Aron, he announced that he's withdrawing the shareholder proposal to authorize 25 million additional shares. Okay, we know that. We know that. And then he said a positive vote could have reduced the company's devastating debt burden. And then he said there appears to be little shareholder interest in the company long run or in the company's long run fundamental prospects. So what I think a lot of these things, I see some idiot hats in the chat. If you just rolling in, let me know where you from, baby. Let me know where you from in the comments, baby. But I want you to see this. Nobody, I don't think, there's when you're teaching, there's something that's really hard to do. When someone is having difficulty learning, you can help them. But when someone refuses to learn, you can't help them. So when I see things like this from the Motley Fool family, I want you to just think basically like this. It's very obvious that we're playing this for a short squeeze. What do I mean by that? Basically, everybody's getting in because they wanted to squeeze, and this is the main reason why they're willing to buy AMC at these current prices. That's literally it, right? However, AMC's fundamentals have already been improved by the short squeeze. How so? People now are going to AMC. People are now supporting AMC. They have already raised, basically went from 100 million shares to over 500 million shares, and basically used all of that to raise all of this money and dig themselves somewhat out of the debt hole. But guess what? They don't understand. They don't understand that we're playing this for the squeeze. However, after the squeeze, so many people are going to be willing to buy AMC again. So many people are going to be willing to basically load up on AMC because you know what? It'll have sentimental value for them if and when it does something that they're like, you know what? That man lied to me. Eugene, much love, much respect, big dog. He say live in Japan, AMC to the moon. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, Eugene. Shout out to Japan. Let's get it. Val, apes together, strong. He said, I see you there, big dog. Much love, much respect. Somebody said, the GOAT, Kathy Wood, said there's a crash coming, but all the dips and chips, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Savage world, let's get it. Appreciate you, big dog. Again, I want you to think of this. If you were playing it well, if you were playing AMC how you should have played it, you would be fine. And what do I mean by that? I told you 100 times. Don't overextend yourself. What you got to do is have an amount of shares that you are willing to lose. You heard this 100 times. Did you listen to the call? When they say buy shares that you're willing to lose, that's right. Somebody said Freddie Jones, Grace, that's right. Somebody said we got hedgies in the chat. Oh, could we get some tears in the chat for him? We need AMC stock to go. But again, listen, not everybody is up and has money they're willing to lose. So if you don't, then you shouldn't invest in things that are too speculative. You should go invest into an index fund. It's good for your blood pressure, baby. You already know what time it is, baby. You already know. Somebody said, I'm overextended, but I'm holding. But the thing is, the fact that you recognize that and you understand that, that's important. You recognize that you've overextended yourself and you're taking it on the chin. You know what I'm saying? You just bang and you roll with the punches because you understand what you're doing. You understand what's going on here, and that's so important. And I appreciate y'all for the super chats, by the way. You don't have to send them. You don't, but you doing it out of love, and I appreciate you. Just know that. But again, if you overextend yourself and you understand that what you're doing, you're prepared, not surprised. I see some tears in the chat, baby. Let's get it. And somebody said, Kathy Wood said the stock market is coming down or going to. Let's look that up. Kathy Wood, Market crash. Let's look that up. Let's see. Let's see if there's any validity to this. June 18th. I don't know. You could be onto something. Maybe I'm just not looking up the right terms. Market correction. Nothing recent. I'm not seeing anything recent. Maybe she tweeted it or something. I don't know. You could be onto something, big dog. I just don't see it. But again, remember, I told you to do this. What I want you to do is Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund. It gives you an indication as to what's going on with the entire stock market, so you can know if it's time to buy some puts or time to buy some calls. Somebody said I'm overextended, so I'm buying more. That's crazy. Somebody said 100K floor. Listen, I got the diamond hands. I told you. I got the diamond hands, and I got one of the best gloves. I got one of the best gloves ever. I got one of the best gloves ever that you ever seen, right? Look at this. This is the oven mitt I'm about to start rocking, baby, with the diamonds in them. These is even better than diamonds. The oven mitt with the infinity stones in them. With the infinity stones in them, baby. This is how you supposed to feel when you don't overextend yourself on AMC. You supposed to, just like this. But again, if you could diamond hand it, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said, thank you, Keenan. I got you. Just know. But let's take a look real quick at what's going on Stonko Tracker, because it's so important to understand what's going on. So here we go. AMC currently, according to this, let's refresh it so we got the most updated date. Currently, right now, AMC is $36.91 according to Stonko Tracker. It could be delayed, but now there are 50,000 calls that are expiring in the money as of July 16th if everything remains the same. Now, how many shares are available to borrow? 350,000, which this could change basically every minute when you keep looking at this. Just know. And now take a look at this. My guy, Penn, shout out to the super chat. Appreciate you, big dog. He said, I'm maxed out. He said he's all in, but he's just holding. And I'm holding for you. Just know that, baby. Just know. He said he been at rock bottom, and he ain't scared. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Look, you prepared, not surprised. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And Albert, shout out to you for joining the family. People, if you're trying to get into the Discord and get in with us, just know I can help you to get in, like I always tell you, after I get off of the live, like I always tell you. But let's keep looking. Take a look at this. In the money calls, if this goes up to 38, this is going to only add 3,000 more. Okay, now let's take a look. It says, an overview of borrowed shares availability. It's checked every 10 minutes, and it only shows the changes. Now, the ETF availability is the sum of the main ETFs with AMC exposure, blah, 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 blah. We know about that. Sometimes it got to 0. This is this number up here. Shares available to borrow, right? And at some points today, it got to 0. So what does this mean? If they're borrowing all of these shares, they're probably likely to put it into the market and try to bring it down. So when you see this go to 0 at some points, you could tell that there's a lot of selling pressure that's on the horizon. That's what's going on with that. Now, let's take a look at this, because I've been talking about this time and time again. Now, what is this? The dark pool. One thing about when I talk about the dark pool that I see people sometimes in the comments and they say, oh man, you know, what's going on with the dark pool? I want you to know this. The dark pool, everything that I talk about with the dark pool is based off of the evidence that I am presenting to you on the screen. If you watch any of my videos, you know that every time I'm talking about something, it's literally right here next to me in the video. I'm not bringing it up out of nowhere. It's something that I'm literally showing you. I'm literally pulling the receipts. I'm the king of showing you the receipts. My whole videos, every single one of them, receipts. I'm showing you exactly what I'm talking about. So when I tell you that there's 60% or whatever percent of all trading volume over on a dark pool, look, I'm showing you the receipts. Look at this, 65% of all trading, according to this, on the 13th, over on the dark pool. Look at this. They were supposed to, the people who trade on the dark pool, they're supposed to report what happens over there. Look at this. No data available at all for the 12th. They're supposed to report it. We find out that they don't respect this rule. Okay, look at this. 64% of all trading was done over on the dark pool. Right? That's crazy. And look, before that, not available again, but they're supposed to report it. 60%. Look at these high numbers. All of this trading. What does this mean? Have you ever traded on the dark pool? That's the question. Have you ever traded on the dark pool? Can you? Do you know how? It's probably not you. It's probably not you trading over on a dark pool, baby. It's probably not you. So guess what? It ain't you. It ain't you. It literally ain't. So now, when you think about this, how do we have over 80 to 85% of the free float, aka all of the shares that are available to be traded? However, all of the shares that are possibly traded that day are basically being traded over on the dark pool. Basically, 65% of all of the trades was done over on the dark pool. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And then when you look at it, look at the numbers of shorts, right? The short percentage on the day, basically 42%. 42%. What are they doing? What are they doing? So when they, come on now. Somebody said it was an order for, on the second books. Was that true or false? So somebody said this. It was an order for 5,125 on the second books. Was that true or false? So I'll look into that. However, I don't know who would buy AMC stock for $5,125 when you could buy it on our market for $30-something. I don't know who would do something like that, but you never know. It could happen. It could totally happen. It could be some sneaky shenanigans that they're doing again, family. Appreciate you for super chat. Listen, every single day, and I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this to yourself. How much have you learned about the stock market from following AMC? How much have you learned about the stock market that you didn't know before from following AMC? You probably knew nothing about the dark pool. Some did, some didn't. You probably knew nothing about the threshold list. Some knew, some didn't, right? You probably knew nothing about SEC Rule 002. You probably knew nothing about some of this stuff, but you learned so much from the mess that they're doing on AMC. You learned so much about the stock market and what they're doing. You probably didn't know what happened to Toys R Us and how they got forced to basically just go bankrupt and all this other stuff. You probably knew You probably knew almost nothing about all of the things that we've learned from following AMC. A lot. You've learned a lot. You've learned so much. And that's one of the riches that we've gotten from AMC already. Even beyond just money. The education that we got, guess what? I'm telling you, it's important. It's important. We're feeding our pockets, but we also feeding our mind. We're feeding our mind. It is what it is. We've learned so much. You probably never knew about fails to delivers. You probably never, somebody said, yeah, Keenan, you taught me a lot. I got you. Just know, I just don't have it in my heart to leave you uninformed. And that's why I was telling you, every single day I come at you, I got the facts right here on the side of the screen. I'm not even talking about opinions. I do have an opinion. And you probably know this if you've been rocking with me for a long time. These large institutions, they want you to die broke. They want you to die broke and live under a bridge in a box with their logo on it. That's how they getting down, baby. That's how they getting down. They want you to die broke, live under a bridge, basically in a box with their logo plastered on the side of the box. And then they might come over to you and take the box from you even still. Because guess what? They could use it to ship somebody else some money. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. It is what it is. It is what it is. We know what time it is. And again, you've learned so much with AMC. You probably didn't know that what fails to delivers work. You didn't understand that, right? A lot of people didn't. But you learn because now you see, oh, wow, it is a dirty game. It is a dirty game. And there's so many rules. One thing that's sort of a paradox, right? One thing that's sort of a paradox is this. So I know that the SEC, right? We talk about the SEC. The SEC, who is the SEC? They're the alphabet boys. Like the CIA, the FBI, blah, 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 right? The SEC, they're the government. They're the government, and they're the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. They basically are, you can think of them like the regulators or the police of the stock market. Now, why is it important? Because whenever anything funny is happening on the stock market, the SEC is supposed to swoop in, just like the police. If there's a crime going on, the police are supposed to basically just run up in here. Excuse me. The police are basically supposed to run up in here and just stop the crime from happening. This is what the SEC is supposed to do. Right? This is what the SEC is supposed to do. But guess what? There are so many rules. And this is the paradox. This is the paradox. There are so many rules. Like imagine that you wrote 100 rules or 1,000 rules. You put them all in this thing right here. Right? You got so many rules that it's very likely that there are now loopholes where you could get between the rules. You can get in between the rules because there are so many, right? And then what hedge funds do is they just hire interns and just spend all day just looking through all of it, because you know they got to hire the interns to do it, or hire the interns to do it for like $1 an hour under the, you know what I'm saying? They not, come on, they in the business of making money. So then the paradox is this: the more rules that there are, the more rules that there are to circumvent, and you can basically get in between those rules and find the loopholes. You can find loopholes. But again, It is what it is. It is what it is. And we've learned all of this stuff. But the fact that we're learning about all of this stuff, basically means that at least we can now see when the crimes are happening. If we could see it before, we could have probably saved Toys R Us. But guess what? Now, nobody wants this to happen to AMC. The same thing that happened to Toys R Us. Gabe, appreciate you, big dog. Always showing love. He said, hedges ain't greater than God. Don't worry about that judgment. Right. He said, it's coming. It's coming, baby. Let's get it. Shout out to you, Gabe. Always. Somebody said, Dancer, much love for the super chat. She said this, or he said, would you please discuss the dollar sign, where the money will come from when history making payoff? Can it happen? You're holding 30 shares. Okay, yeah, shout out to you, big dog. So, all right. So, where's the money coming from? But basically this. So, there are many hedge funds. I am human, blah, blah, Citadel. All right, I'm not going to click this button. I looked up Citadel Securities, and it got me doing this. Please complete the security check for Citadel Securities, and I'm not clicking nothing over here. Nope. I'm getting off of this. Getting off of this page. I'm not getting tracked or whatever going on with that. Who knows? Citadel. I ain't. Nope. Not playing with that game. So here we go. So you got Citadel, right? You got Citadel. Now they are basically, and Ken Griffin right here, who's the top of Citadel, basically like this. They're at the top. They're at the top of the game, and you could think of them sort of like the face. They're the face of all of this stuff. They're the face of short selling. They're the face of this, but they're not the only ones. There are many short sellers, right? They're just among the group. But they're the ones who we see, who we know. Now, take a look at this. Citadel Securities. Let's look at what their assets are. Okay, so according to this, quick look up, quick Google search, it says that they have about $35 billion. Oh, no. Citadel Hedge Fund. Let's check again. Let's check another source. Assets under management. Okay, look at that. Citadel Securities has $35 billion in assets under management. So if they liquidated basically everything that they totally had, right? If they did that, then they could basically put $35 billion in, but they would be totally out of business, and then people would be trying to get money from insurance on all the securities that they lost. But this is only one. Now let's say that Citadel Securities couldn't cover the bill. They couldn't cover the bill, right? At all. So then, let's go to the DTCC. The DTCC. All right. So let's see. I had a really clean picture. Let's see if I could find it again. I had a really clean picture of the DTCC that really summarized exactly what was going on with them. Maybe I can find it over here. Nope. Basically though, these are the people in the background who are known as the insurance of the stock market. They're not really the insurance. However, you can think of it like insurance because if all else fails, they're in the background. And they have to basically cover the bill if all else fails. The Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, the DTCC. All right, let's look at this. Is Investopedia. So let's see what their summarization of this is. So basically, it's an American financial service company that provides clearing and settlement services for financial markets. So when you buy a stock, let's say you buy it from Robinhood, and then the DTC could be in the background and they could transfer ownership. This is why you have to put your social security number in when you go and buy a stock, because they have to literally transfer it to you in the background. If you go and buy a stock right now, technically, you don't own it today. You did your end of the deal, but they're going to transfer it to you by transferring ownership over to you in the background. And usually this takes 2 days. But sometimes it doesn't work out in that time frame, and then it takes a long time, and then you end up on the failed to deliver list. So you could have many AMC shares that failed to deliver, but in your account, you won't know. You have no idea. Somebody said this, Exhibition, he said there's an account housing 67 trillion in case we can't be covered by the DTCC. So, that is them. That is the DTCC. Take a look at this. Let me try to find it for you. So the DTCC, 60 trillion insurance. Somebody looked this up already. All right, here we go. DTCC. So let's do Control F And then let's do 63. Here we go. All right, so now we're here, and let's read this. So the DTCC subsidiaries process securities and transactions valued for more than $2.15 quadrillion. Now it says its depository provides custody of assets servicing so it services 170 countries, and then it says this: it's valued at 63 trillion. So basically, they have assets valued at 63 trillion under their management. But what's going on with this is they are basically going to be on the hook. They are basically going to be on the hook if, let's say, Citadel and every other short seller basically went out of business, but there was still a tab, then the DTCC would basically try, or have to, they'd be on the hook for covering it. They'd be on the hook for covering it. But what's interesting about that is this. Let's think. So we know, and every time I say this, there's some pushback. There are 524 million shares of AMC. You push back if you want. I got the receipts, baby. There are 524 million shares of AMC stock, right? If every single one of them went to 100,000, this is just bringing up a simple number, right? 100,000, every single share. This is the number that you know what? I forgot the millions. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right? Look at this. So we got this. Let's multiply this again. Here we go. So I think somebody told me, was it Bing? I think it was Bing. So forgive me for looking up a Bing calculator, but I heard that they put the they don't turn it into like scientific notation. So we got 524 million shares, right? 524 million shares. Boom. And then we're going to multiply that as if every one of them went to 100,000 like you've been hearing all over the internet. Okay, yeah, boom, look at this. So let's take this number and let's put it in here. Let's take this number and let's put it in here. And then we're going to put some commas in it so we can make some sense of this. Why is this not letting me copy this? Boom. I'm going to copy it the hard way. Here we go. Bow. Here we go. Copied. Let's put some commas in this. And let's see. This is a huge number. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. And boom. Look at this. This is a huge number. And this is basically more than the entire stock market is worth. This is more than the entire stock market is worth. My commas in the right spot? Yeah, we're good. Let's see. What is the U.S. stock market worth totally? U.S. stock market worth totally. So according to this, in May 2021, the U.S. stock exchange, the largest stock exchange in the world, has equity of basically 24 trillion. 24 trillion. And if I'm not mistaken, this number here is 52 trillion. So if AMC stock went up to 100,000 a share, basically it would be worth more than the entire stock market, family, than the entire stock market. However, people are saying that, guess what? It's all good because the DTCC has more assets than that, and they would have to use some of those to basically cover. Where are we? Control F, and we looked up 63. And look, they do. They have 63 trillion. Basically, but this is the assets they have under management, and they're quote unquote the insurance of the stock market. Think of it like that. So now let's go back and let's just double check on AMC, because I don't know if we had any tears in the chat to get it to run. So AMC is down 5% on the day, and we are currently at $37. However, I don't imagine that it'll stand there. I don't imagine that it'll stay at 37. Yeah, look at that. It's already changed. 36. We're at 36 right now. Now remember, we are in marked territory. We are not in unmarked territory. What does that mean? That means you have to zoom out significantly, and then you can see what's going on with previous price levels in this same sort of price range. All right, so we zoom out, and the last time that we've been here in the 30s or so has been basically June 2nd, before a huge gap up. Look at this. Before a huge gap up to like 60. But this was the last time. So let's put our good old friend, the horizontal line here. horizontal line. Let's put it right here. All right, horizontal line. And then let's go back to our good old present. And let's see. So we have a support line around here. And we're almost there. I drew it in blue. Let's draw it in like an orange or something that you could distinguish it a little bit better. So you could distinguish it a little bit better. So now, this orange line right here, this is a support line. This is a support line. And it's almost going to show respect to it. But again, it might come down here. It might come down here. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it and let's win. Somebody said, is it a good time to average down? You might be able to catch it in 35. You might be able to catch it at 35. See if it's showing any strength at 35. Somebody said $52 trillion AMC. Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, that would totally call out, or that would totally just hurt the market, the whole stock market, right? But it's putting a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear in the stock market right now. There's a lot of fear in the stock market right now. However, look at this. VTI, like I told you in my last video, it dropped a little bit, but it's basically flat for almost a whole week, an entire week. However, family, if you just getting in, you gotta let us know where you from, baby. You gotta let us know where you from. This is a roll call. This is a head count. Let us know where you from in the comments, baby. You gotta let us know where you from in the comments. Now, I want to show you this too for my people who saying this. AMC ain't done. AMC ain't done. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Let's go back to AMC. Now, I really got to tell you something. Diamond hands means diamond hands. You can't have diamond hands one day and then paper hands the next day. That means you never had diamond hands. That means you always had paper hands, right? But you thought they was diamond hands. Diamond hands means you basically didn't overextend yourself. So then, Oklahoma in the building, I see you. LA in the house, Cuba in the house, I see you, baby, Bay Area. But it means you didn't overextend yourself. Now, why is that important? Because you might have to have had diamond hands for a long time. Let's take a look. Let's go to the day chart. I see you. Toronto is in the building. Again, if you're just getting in, Haiti is in the building. Jamaica is in the building. Let everybody in here know where you from, baby. We know where you going. Straight to the promised land. Let us know where you from. Now, take a look at this. AMC. This is a sign of diamond hands. AMC was $1.91. When was this? This was basically on January 8th, according to this chart right here. Right? Look at this date right on the bottom. It says January 8th, just about January 7th, January 8th. It was $1.91. This thing shot all the way up to $20. All the way up to $20. When was this? Not even a month later. And 20 days later, January 27th, it shot all the way up here. Right? And then it came all the way back down here. All the way back down to the $5 range. All the way down to the $4 range. Right? All the way down here. And then it stayed basically this level. This low level, and watch the length of the date. Shout out to Boston, shout out to California, shout out to Toronto again in the building. I see you, Discord family, I see you, baby. Milwaukee's in the building. Let's go. Now watch this. Now let me know if you have diamond hands. This is what I mean by diamond hands. Discord family, I see you, baby. Wales, shout out to Wales, UK. Shout out to what is this? Troutman, North Carolina. Shout out to that. That's a new one for me. Somebody said, Keenan, you the best. Appreciate you for that. Just know. But now, this is diamond hands right here. So if you saw it drop from $20 all the way down to about $5, right? And then it stayed there. Look at the date. This is February 9th. February 9th. This thing didn't take off again. Like really take off from February 9th all the way to May 25th. All the way to May 25th, family. That's a lot. That's a long time to have diamond hands, right? So we just said it was February, March, April, May, 4 months. 4 months of this thing just kind of going a little sideways a little bit. Now, look at this. We've been doing this little downtrend since, what, since June? Since June, right? We shot up, basically it says June 2nd, somewhere around here. June 2nd is saying we got up to 72. Since then, we've been coming down from that, right? But it's only been a little over a month. It's only been a little over 1 month. The last people who held on and had diamond hands, they held on from February. And this is after it went up to 20, right? This is after it went up to 20. They held on from 20, and then it came down to 5. And it had some little jumps, right? Some little tiny jumps. But they held on from 5 all the way to May when it shot up to 70. Now that's diamond hands. Could you hold on? And you don't have to. But again, never overextend yourself. Could you hold on for that same length of time? February, March, April, May, and then it shot up again, right? Could you hold on and even double that, right? That's what diamond hands is, when you could set it and forget it. I promise you this, if you got a free stock, if you got a free stock in your account and you just let it be and you didn't look at it because you didn't overextend yourself on that, then guess what? You will have diamond hands on that one. Rusty, appreciate you for the super chat, big dog. He said, imagine you took a quick glance at baby XRP and saw diamond hand holders receive XRP airdrops every 3 days. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Somebody said my highest buy was at 53. My highest buy, so I told you I got in at 12. I got in at 12 and I bought, let me pull this up again. Do I have it? No, I asked it. I got in at 12 and I'll show you. So I got in at 12 and then basically I had 12 shares. I was like, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I got in at $12. $12. If you're just getting in again, you got to let us know where you from, baby. Ric Flair in the building. Woo! And let me know what's the highest you bought and what's the lowest you bought. I'll tell you mine. What's the highest you bought? Shout out to Bridgeport, Connecticut in the building. I see you, baby. Shout out to Toronto. Again, there's a lot of people in here from Toronto. Much love. Now, tell me again, what is the highest you bought? Wells, big Wells. Let's get it. What's the highest you bought and the lowest you bought? The lowest I bought in on AMC was basically $12. I got in as soon as I realized, I was like, yo, this is not like a normal stock. This is not like a normal stock. This is something special here, right? So I got in when it was 12. And you see this. I got in when it was 12. And then my average right now is 24.98. Why is that? Because I bought 150 shares. I bought 150 shares at 12. And then I was like, you know what? I could do more. So when it got up closer to like 50 around there, I picked up 150 more. And then I said, you know what? I'm willing to diamond hand this, baby. I'm willing to diamond hand this 300 shares. What do I mean by diamond hand? You see this $12,000 in AMC? I'm ready to watch it go to zero. Now, why is that important? That's important because maybe I'm not willing to diamond hand 301. Maybe I'm not willing to diamond hand 302, but I'm willing to diamond hand 300. So then I will do my part. That's what's going on. Blockchain Dash, appreciate you. Much love for joining the family, baby. Much love. Somebody said they brought in. I'm going to check these too. I want to check. Let me know what you got in at. I want to know what you got in at. Somebody said 24, 37, and 46. Somebody said low 32s he got in, and then the high was 65. Somebody else said they got in at 20 and at 50, or they got 20 at 54. Now, the low was 9 and the high was 56. The low was 9 and the high was 56. Now, the reason I'm even asking you this, somebody said the lowest they got in was 60. The reason I'm asking you this is this very reason. Whatever reason that you got in at your high point, you must have saw something there. Do you still see that thing? Do you still see that potential? You may have saw the high short interest. You may have saw just all of the collusion and the media trying to scare you out of your shares. Something happened in your head that told you that buying it at 60, buying it at 50, buying it at whatever price was okay. Did that fundamentally change? Did that thing fundamentally change? And if not, if it didn't change, then guess what? You already know what time it is. If it didn't change. Why did I load up? I saw all of the fails to delivers, all of them. I saw this. This is the main thing. I'm going to show you. This is the main thing. Where is it? Let me check this out. Let me show you the data. This is the main literal thing. When you see short interest above like a 10%, above 10% or so, this is extremely, extraordinarily, drastically high. And then we saw that this had a short interest of 18.16%. 18.16%. Why is it important? This means that they would have had to pay or buy back 92 million shares. They had to buy back 92 million shares. My camera, what's going on? I got it plugged in. Family, if you can hear me, make sure that you go to camera.com and short the camera. This is a radio show again. Oh yeah, I don't know why this happens. I got it plugged in. I got the camera on the charger. But again, you know what? The Keen and Grace show has turned into the Keen and Grace podcast, baby. If you can still hear me in the chat, the camera is off, but we back on the radio. Now, you can call up 219-015-8802. That might not even be the right amount of numbers, family, but I just want you to know that you just sit back and relax, and your boy Keen and Grace is going to take you to the promised land. You can hear me nice and good, nice and well. Should your boy Keenan get a radio radio show, start a podcast. But now, do we have any Ric Flairs in the building? If you a Ric Flair, let us know in the building, baby. Woo! Let's get it. Now, what is your boy Keenan doing? He's basically showing you the Keenan Grace podcast. This is a Keenan Grace podcast, and we gonna handle it nice and good. Eventually, one day, when you short Keenan's camera, guess what's gonna happen, family? You're gonna be all set. You're gonna be rich, because you could basically count on 2 hands. You could count on 2 hands that this is probably gonna happen again. How many times? Probably 10, unless you one of those people with the extra fingers. But other than that, guess what? We almost back in the building, baby. Let me know if you brought your oven mitts. All right, we here, we back. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. Ric Flair in the building. Woo! Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. Let's go. Somebody said Keenan ASMR. Yo, shout out to my guy sent me the super chat. He said, look at the official baby XRP. They paying real XRP, and they're holding baby XRP every 3 days. I've never even heard of that, fam. I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it raw. Let's get it. Somebody said, Keenan, nobody thinking they toes like you. Listen, baby, let's do it. Somebody said, Moon to Andromeda. Much love for the super chat, baby. Let's get it and let's go. Somebody said, I'm back from the dead. Look, I told you, you can make money on the way down. When you short Keenan's camera, when the camera goes out, when you short the camera, next thing you know, you make money, you get in, you get out. That's how we doing it, baby. You get in, you get out. But Moon to Andromeda, yo, I'm telling you this. I love being on live with y'all. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Every morning, every single morning, we out here. When it's the weekends, and we don't have Keenan's podcast, you know what? We'll be back on Monday. You already know how it go. But I love being out here with y'all. It's really a vibe. I gotta tell y'all right now. Somebody said this, Blockchain Dad, much love, much respect for the super chat, big dog. Appreciate you. He said, you get a chance. Please, again, look at baby XRP on BSC towards the end of your stream, because it relates to the diamond hand principle. So what I imagine, and I don't know, but I heard something like this with Safe Moon, right? And they would kind of penalize you for basically selling out low. So Birmingham, Alabama in the building. Let's get it, and let's go. Now, it says this, K Slays. Somebody said, hi, Fred Jones. You already know what time it is, baby. You already know what time it is. Said she bought more yesterday. Shout out to you. Let's get it and let's go. Now, he said you brought them right on Cash App and you don't understand how to buy options. So now, I will tell you this. I have Cash App, but I never picked up any stocks on Cash App. So family, let me know in the comments. Is it even possible to do options on Cash App? Let me know. Somebody said, we love it too, Keenan. Look, I'm telling you. Yo, let's get it. Let me know if it's possible, but if it's not, Kay, what I want you to do is this. Get on Webull with us. Get on Webull with us. You can get on Robinhood too. You can do options there, but get on Webull with us. It's always best to have multiple brokers, baby. Have multiple brokers. All right, I got another one, and this is Lieben or Philip. Shout out to you, big dog. He said he bought it at 16. Oh, he bought 1,600, basically at 57, and he said he's down 33 grand. But he said, he said this, trust me, I know how you're feeling. These weeks have tested my patience more than anything, but he's holding strong. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, and people are saying no. They saying on Cash App, let me tell you something. I asked the question, but it took so long for y'all to answer the question. I'm like, what are y'all saying no to? But I got y'all. So look, no, there is no options on Cash App. There's no options on Cash App. Now, when you're doing options, I told you this before. Those who've been rocking with me for a long time, you remember this. You take the slingshot straight to the promised land, right? What do I mean by the slingshot? Let me show you this. When you see a stock pull back, right? Like let's use AMC for example. It was $20 and then it pulled all the way down here, right? To 5, right? This is the slingshot. And then bow, it take you straight to the promised land, right? It shoots back up. But watch this. What I want you to think, right? Shout out to Philip, big dog. I'm holding for you. Just know everybody in the comments showing support for you, big dog. That's love. I appreciate y'all. I love the community and how y'all get down with each other, how y'all treat each other. Just know that. That's important. And take a look at this. The slingshot on the option. So if you bought the stock and it went from $5 basically and it shot up to 12, 13, 14, 15, you would make what? $10 on every stock. But if you got an option, you got the potential to lose all of your money. However, on the other end of that, you have the potential to make way more than what you put in, like multiple times over of what you put in. That's how it works. Somebody said, yeah, no options on Cash App. No options on Cash App. The easiest platform to do options on is Robinhood. The easiest one. But the best one that I've seen in terms of making sure that you got all of the data points and blah, blah, blah is Webull. Somebody said it's the Vibe Tribe. Let's get it. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get it. Pennsylvania in the house. I see you again. Let's get it. You already know. This is a roll call. This is a head count. Somebody said, can you check out Baby XRP? What is that? Let's go and look. Because my family sent me a few super chats to check it out. So let's check it out. I gotta show love, show respect. Show love to those who show love to you. Baby XRP. Now this is not me endorsing this. I never even heard of this. Baby XRP. So this is one of these coins that has a very, very, very low coin price. Very low coin price, up 20% today. However, again, I've never, ever, ever, ever heard of this coin until somebody just sent me a super chat about it. Never heard of it. The volume in the last day is over $1 million, but that's not a lot. That means a few people could move the coin. Now, I'm not saying this is the case, but when you get into something like this, you got to be on the lookout for pump and dumps. You got to be on the lookout for that. Why? Because a few people could move the entire thing. But again, I don't know about this. I'm not saying that this is a pump and dump or whatever. I have no knowledge of this. I have none, not an ounce of knowledge on this. The market cap, there's no data on it. Market dominance, no data on it. It's ranked 2,000. Fully diluted market cap, it says, okay, what, 13 million? Yeah. You got to be on the lookout, family. Be on the lookout. When you see something like this, do your research. Don't just jump on anything because you see a low price like this. This could be a banger. When you see this tomorrow, it could be 100 times more. Who knows? However, I would need to do research on it before I would be comfortable loading a boat. And generally, I'm not going to get in on it. I wouldn't get on a new coin unless it was like mass mainstream media, everything, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was really just up in the air. All right, somebody said this. Blockchain said SafeMoon has a tax that doesn't do much. Baby XRP has a tax that used every 3 days to buy basically $100,000 of XRP and distribute it to diamond hands. Okay, I see what you're saying. But again, woo! You gotta watch your back, baby. Watch your back. Make sure you're doing your research. Family. Make sure you're doing your research. Speaking of research, let's check what's going on with the one, the only, the dark pool data. Because notice this thing has been dropping like a rock. Look at that. 11, it says $11 billion trade over on a dark pool. Whenever you see this number here, and it's negative on the dark pool data, this means buying. It's confusing, but it means buying. So I'll show you why. It means buying. When you go down here to the bottom of the screen, it tells you how to calculate it, right? It tells you how to calculate it, and let's see if I can find this real quick. So to get their data, basically it's reported from FINRA. They get the numbers from FINRA. And then let's see, where is it? All right, here we go. It's calculated by taking the net short volume minus the buy volume. A positive number means the short volume was higher than the buy volume. So look, this is the simple and short of it. The short volume minus the buy volume. That's what it is. The short volume, let's call it selling, minus the buying. The selling minus the buying. So when you do that, when you do selling minus buying. So let's say that there was 50 shares that were sold, and then let's call it 60 shares that were bought. You end up with a negative number. You see? This is why the number is negative over there. So for example, let's say that you have, let's call it 100 shares that were sold, and then you had 200 shares that were bought. You end up with a negative number. So when you look at the dark pool and they tell you that what they're doing is they're taking the short volume, let's call it the sell volume, and just for simplicity, minus the buy volume. So that's how they got a negative number. So when you end up with a negative number over here, what does it mean? It means that the sell volume is low and the buy volume is high. the sell volume is low and the buy volume is high. Because if it was reversed and the sell volume on the dark pool was high and the buy volume was low, you would end up with a positive number. But since this is exactly reversed, where the sell volume is what's high and the buy volume is what is low, you end up with I did it reversed. The sell volume is low and then the buy volume is high. You end up with a negative number. So when you look over at the dark pool and you see that it's a negative number over there, this means that all in all, when you add up all of the trades and the volume, basically you get a negative 11 billion. But notice this number is coming down and down and down and down as if they're doing less and less trading over on the dark pool. This is what it's looking like. This is what it's looking like. But this is what it's looking like. Remember, it could look like a duck and it could quack like a duck. It's probably a duck. So we know this is probably a duck. But because we know this. Look at this. When you look at the dark pool trading percentage, you know that it's 65.7% of all of the trading volume. Now, what does that mean? They are trading over there like crazy. But we know, are they buying over there or are they selling over there? Since this number is negative, this means the sell pressure is low on the dark pool, but the buy pressure is high. The buy pressure is high. That's what that means. You got to be on the lookout. Make sure you're paying attention to everything that's going on with the stocks that you're invested in. Somebody said this. Tiger, appreciate you, big dog. He said, love you, bro. Love you. He said he in this one. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said we gonna get paid in full. Somebody said, Keenan, how much money do you think they're selling AMC in a dark pool? So to be honest with you, I've been hearing all of this talk about like a $5,000 number that they're buying it for over there. And to be honest with you, that doesn't necessarily make sense to me. It could be, you never know, but it don't make sense to me because if you're gonna buy it for $5,000 over there, you might as well come over here and buy it. You might as well come over here and buy it for lower than that. And get way more shares and get way more shares. Like for example, I heard this, right? Let's go back to the good old one and only calculator, right? Where's my calculator? All these tabs. Oh, I was using Bing. Let's X out of that. Let's X out of Bing and let's look at just the calculator. So all right. So you got, let's call it 5,000. I think it was 125, right? They were saying that it was going for, and they were saying, I don't know if this is true, but they were saying that it was 4 shares, right? So you picked up 4 shares. And you paid $20,000 for it? You paid $20,000 for it? That's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of ridiculous. When you could spend the same $20,000, right? The same $20,000, and let's check, what is AMC going for right now? It's going for 35, right? Okay, so you can spend that same amount of money, and instead of getting 4 shares, you can get 585 shares. You can get that many shares. But again, this doesn't mean that there's no sneaky stuff going on over there, family. That's not what it means. That's not what it means. It means that they could be. Who knows? Who knows? I'll do research on that and I'll double check for you. I'll do research on that, but I'll double check for you. And again, if you're trying to get into Discord, I see people are, I got you, big dog. Just know. Oh yeah, they definitely withholding orders. They're definitely withholding orders. I was telling the family the other day, again, if you're just getting in, I see more people rolling in. Let us know where you're from in the comments, baby. We know where you're going. Promised land. I'll see you there. Let us know where you're from in the comments. You already know. Roll call, head count. I need to know where my family is from, baby. I might go visit one day. You never know. You never know. Now, let's see this. So there was a fine. Who was it that got fined? An organization got fined. It might have been Citadel. I don't want to just throw them under the bus because they're easy to throw under the bus. Somebody said, since you making demand, show me yours. That's right. That's right. Again, let me tell you something, right? Somebody got fined for order. It was order flow. They like slowed it down. Order flow, fine. Let's see. They got fined. Who was it? I feel like it was Citadel, but they're so easy to throw under the bus that they just so easy to throw under the bus. You just don't know if it was them. I don't want to just look them up and say it was them. But what they were doing was this, and I might not be able to find it. Miami in the building, Oklahoma in the building. It was this. Imagine that, there's millions of us, right? And a lot of us are buying AMC. Now, since the computers are doing it, the computers can handle these calculations crazy simple. But they switched it to they had people doing orders by hand. They were doing orders by hand. So then, basically, they were saying, oh, somebody said it was Citadel. It was Citadel. Let's look it up. Let's try it real quick. Citadel. Orders by hand. Let's see. Citadel orders by hand. I might not be able to find it. I'll look it up again later. But pretty much what happened with Citadel, again, imagine that you had a computer basically calculating everything that was written on all of these orders, right? All of these orders. A computer could run through this, right? But if you had a person going through one and then checking it off, doing another one, checking it off, it would take forever. It would take forever to do that. So then it was taking like 35 days. 35 days. Let's see. 35 days. I can't find it. 35 million trade record. 35 days. Citadel. 35 days for orders to clear. It was taking that long because they acted as if, supposedly, allegedly, nobody trying to get sued, right? But they acted as if, allegedly, Michigan is in the building, I see you, but they acted as if that they had to have people do it by hand. So then it took longer. That was their justification, but they ended up getting sued. So somebody said, hey, Keenan, somebody from Louisiana, Alyssa, much love and much respect in the building. So she said, thank you for spreading the knowledge, and again, I appreciate the support. I want you to know that. Appreciate you. She said she a baby ape, and she has 4 shares, and she's holding strong. That's what's up. And you know what? 4 shares, that means you didn't overextend yourself. You could basically diamond hand those. You cool, you calm, you collected. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said check AMC. Will do. Now we in a day chart. Let's check the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. So, fam, look at this. We broke into the $35 support. So we're in it now. Let's clean this up a little bit. So now we find the support at $35.50, just about $35.50. Somebody said sued or fined. They probably did get sued. I thought it was a fine. It might have been them getting sued. Somebody said they got 160 and they holding strong. That's right. Puerto Rico in the building. I see you. South Carolina's in the building. I see you, baby. I see you. Somebody, Junior, much love, much respect for the super chat sticker, big dog. Much love. North Carolina's in the building. I see you. Somebody said, what's up, baby apes? Let's get it. We love the baby apes. Just know. Somebody said, Keenan, we're here to reach out to you about your car extended warranty. Let me tell you something. I'm so tired of that, getting these phone calls from these robots. Man, I'm telling you right now. Somebody said they got 420, they holding strong. Somebody said they checking in from Salvador. Let's go. Philly is in the building. Duval is in the building. Yo, Duval always in the building. Shout out to Duval. I never even knew about that until the family got here. Shout out to that. Updating me. Greenville, Bronx in the building. Discord family in the building. Seattle was in the building. Shout out to that. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Just know it. But let's check on Nio. It looks like Nio is trying. I want to say this, family. I got to tell you. If you're in Nio, notice how Nio has broke under the $45 support. It broke under it. What does that mean? That means that you got the chance to see like a 42. I would not be too surprised to see a 42. If you see a 42 on Nio, even a 40, it wouldn't surprise me. Would I be surprised? No. But look at this. Like I said, 42. See this? In the past, we were at 42 on a support. This was on July 8th. On a 42. Somebody said, do you think you could bring it down to 9? Do you think they can bring it down to 9? Listen, if people keep selling, they can bring it down to whatever. They can bring it down literally whatever. Somebody said, Reuters article, January 17th, Citadel fined $22 million. Good looking out. Let me see if I can copy your comment. Appreciate you for this. Just know. The family always up on the research, baby. Let's see. I'm going to Google exactly what you just said. I literally just copied it, word for word. Let's see. All right. So the title of this is Citadel pays the SEC $22.6 million to settle charges of misleading customers. Shout out to you for the research, big dog. And they said this. It affected millions of retail traders, right? Or retail orders, for example. Now, let's see if we can get to the details. Baby. Now, all right, where exactly did they go wrong? SEC did not explicitly. Citadel supporters practice known as latency arbitrage. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yep, exactly what I was just saying. All right, so best execution reasonable. Citadel firm. Let's see, appears first-time regulators. Citadel executes approximately 35% of the daily trading volume in retail equity shares on the U.S. market. The SEC said between 2008 and 2010, two algorithms handled 2.6% of the total. And remember, algorithms are supposed to be handling these trades, family. Algorithms are supposed to be handling these trades. Somebody said this, Keenan. Let me see what you said real quick. That looks like something I need to respond to real quick. I missed it. Went too fast. Love y'all. Just know. Appreciate you, big dog. I tried, but sometimes the chats is going so fast that I kind of miss it. Somebody said, yo, I'm telling you, look, my guy Dom, he said, Keenan said, I watched this go to zero, but me, man, get out. I'm telling you, big dog, I'm not overextending myself. That's why I'm ready. I'm ready to diamond hand. The only way to win this battle is to diamond hand. So if everybody bought one share and they was willing to let it go to zero, but they was only willing to sell it for however many thousands, right? Then it would go to that number because the short sellers have to buy it back. But all right, yeah, again, Citadel, they basically got fined $22 million. Long story short, they did what is called latency arbitrage. And it's generally defined when a firm exploits the difference between stock prices on a slower public data feed, known as an SIP, and numerous faster private data feeds provided at a hefty cost by each exchange. So pretty much, they doing everything and they're sneaking through every crack that they could possibly find. Like I told you, when you follow AMC stock, you learn things that you never knew. You probably never known about, where is it? Let me look again. You probably have never known about latency arbitrage, where basically they're using information that they got quick and then basically trading information that you are trading slowly. So they find every little crack. That's how they get down. Every single little crack. That's how they get down. It's really nasty. It's really, really nasty. Yep. Snakes in the grass, baby. Snakes in the grass. They hard to see. And sometimes you think you know who the snake is, and next thing you know, it's behind you. Somebody said Alabama's in the building. Shout out to Alabama. Appreciate y'all. Just know. Johnson 2022. You funny. Let's get it, big dog. Somebody said this. A squeeze takes place in a couple of months. We'll see. Somebody said it's not going to zero. Somebody said we under the 35. We under 35 totally. my guy Don, he said this. Said, Keenan, I'm playing, man. I got the diamond hands. Oh, you say that now. But let's see. You got to show me, baby. You got diamond hands. I got to see it. Let's go. AMC, we at the 34, baby. We broke under the $35. Bow. We broke under it. Just under it. 34. So now that they broke under the 35, I could see it going to like 31. It makes sense. But again, guess what? I'm holding, baby. If you sold or whatever, listen, I'm not going to criticize you, but guess what? Somebody said, yep, I'm waiting for the slingshot. Bow. And it does hurt, especially when you overextend. Now, again, remember, in the future, you can't, this is what you got to do right now. If you overextended yourself, forgive yourself. In the future, you'll know that this is just setting you up for that $10 million portfolio that you were supposed to have one day. That's what we're talking about. Alexander said, you say that now, that sounds scary. Hey, man, you got to be realistic. You don't want to be the most optimistic. You don't want to be the most pessimistic. You got to be the most realistic, baby. You got to be the most realistic. Somebody said he ran out of dip. He ran out of dip. Oh, you know what? We have not had any tears in the comments. We have not had any tears. And for those of you who don't understand what I mean by that, guess what? AMC, the rocket, is run on hedge fund tears, family. It runs on hedge fund tears. Now, again, I want to tell you this, too. I want to tell you this. What you're going to start to see, now that you see all of this red, is people naysaying. The naysayers, they're going to be on your back. They're going to be on your back. They're going to tell you, oh, man, oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. What are we going to do? It's time to sell out. It's time to get out. If you want to sell out, you do what you want, baby. You do what you want. However, I do want you to know this. The naysayers, they're going to come. They're going to say, oh, I knew it. I told you. I told you. Yeah, you told me. You told me. You told me. Tell me again. I'm going to keep holding. All right. So now let's look at this. My big boy loyal. Shout out to you. Always showing love, big dog. Much, much love. He said, please shout out Big Al, Frank, O'Shea, Griff, ATL, Truckers. Shout out to all of the big dogs in the game. Shout out to everybody. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Just know that. Just know that. Frank O'Shea. Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. Just know that. It's all love, baby. All love. All the time. All of the time, big dog. Much love again. Now, my guy Celestial said this. He said, is it bad that I don't mind if AMC keeps going down? I'm excited. I keep loading the boat up every time. That means just have high conviction, big dog. That's what it means. That's what it means. I see the tears in the chat. Oh my God, it's working. It's working. Look, the tears in the chat. The tears in the chat. Now look, you know what? You see the tears in the chat working? Let's be scientific. Stop putting tears in the chat. And let's see what happens. Let's cut the tears in the chat. We see that the green is working with the tears in the chat. This is science, baby. This is science. But in science, you got to have an experimental group and you have to have a control group. Let's see our control group and let's stop putting the tears in the chat and let's see if it turns red again. Now, we got to have our control group so we can make it scientific. Now, if we are certain, we got to be conclusive. We got to be conclusive. If we stop putting tears in the chat and it turns red, you know what? This is as close to a fact as you can possibly get, baby. It's called scientific proof. Somebody said this. Bobby, appreciate you, big dog, for the love. He said, where should I buy the dip? Where should I buy the dip? I'm thinking that we might see, and again, not financial advice, but I'm thinking, again, you know me, every time. And again, what we waiting for? All right, the tears in the chat, they stop. The tears in the chat, they stop. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Somebody said, are you kidding? Everyone's crying now. Listen, we're crying in the chat because it makes AMC turn green. This is science. This is science. The hedge fund tiers are basically fueled by rocket fuel. Or I'm sorry, I'm saying it backwards. Hedge fund tiers are rocket fuel, baby. They are rocket fuel. I'm telling you, I'll be having so much fun with y'all in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. But look. You see? This green candle. Let me explain to you how a candle works. Look at this. There's 4 main parts to a candle. There's the wicks on the top and the bottom, and then there's the rectangle on the top and the bottom of the rectangle. Oh, look, the tears in the chat stopped, and look what happened. Look what happened. Family, I think we have conclusive data that without shadow of a doubt, this is physics, this is science, this is quantum physics, this is quantum entanglement. This is literally what it is. Have you ever heard of quantum entanglement? Quantum entanglement, not like entanglement like Jada Smith and none of that. We talking about quantum entanglement, which is a scientific term. Now let me show you something. Let me give you the science on how the stock market works. Quantum entanglement. Let's read this. Not the wiki one though. And this one's too long. Let's Google search that. Boom. Quantum entanglement is a quantum mechanical phenomenon in which quantum states of 2 or more objects, tiers, in AMC's price and tiers in the chat, right? They're entangled. Quantum entanglement. Remember, this is science. So it's a quantum entanglement is the mechanism or phenomenon where 2 things are connected, the tiers and the stock price, right? In reference to each other. So basically, even if they are spatially separated, according to science, this leads to a correlation between observable physical properties of the system. What does that mean? It means this. Let's look at an image for those of us who got the smooth brains. When you have a quantum entanglement state, let's say that this was a quantum particle and this was a quantum particle. If you spin this one is going to spin. If you spin this one is going to spin. If you move this one is going to move. This is how this happens, baby. This is science. This is a fact. This is a fact. Now, we know, and we just scientifically proved that there is a quantum physical phenomenon between AMC stock price and the tiers in the chat. The tiers in the chat. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go. Look, you see all the tiers in the chat moving it? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Shay. I appreciate you, big dog. She said, would you please be so kind to look at Nike and then basically tell me what your thoughts on it are. I got you. And then somebody else said this. Hey, brother, do you think SSR will help AMC recover? And if so, what price? Now I got to look into that. You got to dig into the research, baby. Appreciate you for the super chat, Eric. But I got to do some research on that. Just know. Let me check out Nike. But look, I'm telling you, the tiers in the chat are working. The tiers in the chat. Don't let up. Somebody said Keenan is so intelligent. Listen, if it look like a duck and it's quacking like a duck, I'm just pointing out the duck. Look, I'm telling you, I told y'all in the past, and let me cue up Nike for my girl Shay. Shout out to Shay. Nike is showing some strength on the day. It's up 0.5%. Nike likes to be one. I would definitely load up on Nike if I seen it at 160 for a first strike. Bow. That's why I would pick it up, right? You can see it coming back down a little bit, but notice it's found resistance up where it is right now. It could go up a little more, but you could get it at a lower price, especially with the stock market. Look at VTI, like I always tell you. Look at VTI. It gives you a temperature on the stock market. If you see VTI go to like 2% in a single day, we on a bull run, baby. We in a bull run. If you see it coming down like 2%, baby, it's time to get some puts. It's time to load up on some puts. But, all right, Shay, you know I got you, big dog. Just know that. And then let's go back to the one, the only AMC. And we vibing in here. Let's see. Tears in the chat. Look at that. This is science. This is quantum physics. Baby. This is quantum physics. We literally just proved without a shadow of a doubt that there is quantum entanglement between AMC's stock price and guess what? Tears in the chat. Somebody said stop the tears in the chat. He wanted to go to 31 so he could load up. Again, you know what? One thing about science is you got to confirm what's going on. Let's try again. We had one confirmation. Let's slow down on the tears in the chat for a little bit. Let's stop it. And then let's see if it turns red. That's what we're trying to see. The tears in the chat. Boom, boom. We just got these two greens. Bow. Load it up, baby. Let's see if we can stop it with the tears in the chat. And then, guess what? Let's see if it turns red on us. Let's see. And before we even do that, let me explain to you the candles, because somebody just said they don't understand what you're looking at. When you're looking at a chart, it looks kind of crazy. Let's just break down this whole thing real quick. This line, this down here, is called RSI. I'll get to that later. These up here are just candles. There's green and there's red. If it's green, it means it opened low and then it closed high. Every single candle is a time frame. I'm looking at the 5-minute time frame. On the bottom, you can see the time frames. I'm on the 5-minute time frame. You could go to a day, where every single candle is representative of a day. You could go to a minute, where every single candle is representative of a minute. I'm on the 5-minute. Every single candle here is 5 minutes. Boom. There are 4 parts of a candle. There's basically the 2 wicks on the top and on the bottom, and then the top and the bottom of the rectangle. Now look, oh my God, look, y'all still going with them tears in the chat. Look at AMC. I told you to cut it out with the tears in the chat. I told you. We know that AMC basically runs on tears. It's quantumly entangled. We already know that. See, you wanted to run up. That's what it is. You wanted to run up. But again, the candles, right? If it closes down here, if it opens up here and closes down here, like at the beginning of 5 minutes, it's here. And in the end of 5 minutes, it's here. That's why it's green. Now, it got as low as the bottom of the wick in this time frame, and it got as high as the top of the wick in this time frame. That's how this works. Okay, yeah, the tears stopped. The tears stopped in the chat. Family, I think we literally proved without a shadow of a doubt, that basically this is a quantum entanglement phenomenon. My guy Raphael always showing love. Appreciate you, big dog. Just know that. If I never tell you nothing else, I appreciate you. Just know. He said he holding strong. He got 21 shares. He spread it out on 4 platforms, and he's buying a dip. So basically, my guy Raphael said this. He said, look, if they try to cut me off on one of these and stop the trading, I'm good. I'm good because he's on 4 different platforms spread. Got him spread. Now, let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said he bought a Nike put. All right, now let me check this out for my guy. He said, look up BlackBerry. Appreciate you for the super chat, big dog. Much love and much respect. I'm telling you, this live stream, this is a vibe. This is a vibe. When it's the weekend, you know, we get it going, but it's nothing like being on the stock market open days with the family. Let's take a look at this. So I know that this one had a pullback. Man, look at that. Look at that. Crazy pullback. Let's look at the day chart. This thing has been dropping like a rock for a long time. It got up to 27 back in 28, like in January, right? But then it got up to what is this? It got up to 20 in early June 3rd, and then it came all the way back down. So family, if you're looking to load up on this, according to the chart right here, we have a lot of touch points on BlackBerry right here. Basically 3 at 8. At 8, look, 1, 2, 3 at 8. And you might be able to get this at 7. So I would not load up now. I would let it cool all the way off. It could be double tomorrow. Who knows? You never really know. But I'll tell you this, it likes being under $8. That's the facts. And that's all you can go with. That's all you can go with. Tears are in the chat again. Let's see what AMC is doing. Let's see what AMC is doing. Day chart, 5-minute chart. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, the tears, look up. They battling us right now. Red, green, red, green, red, green. Man, you thought you was at a traffic light. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Somebody said, who the man? He said, Keenan. This is quantum entanglement. The SEC, market manipulation. Love you, big dog. That's right. That's right. I appreciate you, man. Always showing love. I don't tell you nothing else. I love y'all. Just know that. I tell you at the end of every video, I love y'all. Take care. And I pound on the heart because I want you to know. I want you to know. Now, somebody said this, and now I want you to be careful. There's a lot of money to be made here with this one, but it's high risk. So now it's FTSC, if I'm not mistaken, FTFC. Let me just, yeah, this is it. This is it. I want y'all to take a look at what's going on here. Let's zoom out. This is the 5-minute chart. Notice that not too long ago, this thing was $16, right? Just not too long ago. And then it gapped up. This is the 9th. This is the 9th. It was $16. And then it gapped all the way up to $51, right? It gapped all the way up to $51. But look at how stagnant it is. Look at how stagnant it is. It's flat. You've never seen consolidation like this. Why? And everybody's saying, let's buy puts on this. Listen, when I saw this gap up, I wanted to buy puts on this. But then something weird started happening. And there's money to be made here. But it's high risk, high reward. It's high risk, high reward. Take a look at this. Why is it stuck at 50? Why is it stuck at 50? It could be the case that there are very few buyers who loaded up a lot. Like whales. Like whales brought this up, not people. Right? If a whale brought this up and not people, and then the whale is basically diamond handing this, and you buy puts on it, your puts will expire worthless. However, if that's not the case, even though it's looking like that, if that's not the case, and this thing drops like a rock, like we expect, like it to come back down to 30 or even, right? 30 or 20, something like that, then there's a lot of money to be made here. However, since you can't tell what's going on in the background, but this is a really, really, really odd pattern. This is a really odd pattern. If this was retail traders who loaded up like this, and not just like one big, large institution, then it would have been selling off. It would have been fluctuating. But look at this. It's basically holding the 50. It's holding the 50. And that's really peculiar. That's really peculiar. If you want to buy a put, don't put money into it that you're not willing to lose. That's all I got to say, big dog. Just know that. Just know that. Because again, you could lose money due to theta, aka time decay. But you might make a lot of money on this put, because if I saw this too. As soon as I saw this gap up, I was like, oh, it's time to buy some puts, baby. It's time to buy some puts. But then I saw it just stay at 51, and I was like, oh, it's looking like a duck. It's quacking like a, I'm staying away. I'm staying away. All right. Now, appreciate you, big dog. Somebody else sent me a super chat and said this, or this was a sticker. Super chat sticker. Much love. Appreciate you. This is my guy, Rakim0431. Much love. Keep it up. I will do, baby. Will do. Just know, it's always love. I get on here because it's a vibe, baby. It's a vibe. Somebody just said it's 93% institutionally owned. That makes sense. That makes sense, right? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Somebody just said this one is 93%. And look, this is How did I come to that conclusion that this might be happening? We don't know for sure. We don't have the confirmation. But how did I come to this conclusion? Because when you're on the stock market for a good enough time, you start to learn so many new things. If you've been rocking with me for a long time, I could only imagine how many things you've learned, right? Because I come out here with the screenshot on the side of the camera. You know how we do. Screenshot on the side of the camera like we always do. Somebody said, Westwood is up. I'll check that out. And somebody said this. When's the next support? We'll look for it. We'll look for it. But yeah, they said 92%, 93% institutionally owned. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now let's check this out. Somebody said check out Wish. Wish. All right, done. Checking out Wish. Let's see. So Wish is at $10. $10 potentially could be a very, very, very strong support. $10 could be an extremely, extremely strong support. Let's see if it's true though. So it got to 7 at a point. Let's see. What we at? 30 minute? Won't tell me. 30 minute. Yeah, this could be a really, really strong support at 10. Yep, 10 before, 10 here. So we got at least 4 touch points on that 10. At least 4 touch points. Somebody said check out AAL. Deja Lynn, if I'm saying your name right, just know. Much love, much respect. Appreciate you. AAL. Running in the last few days from 19 to 21. That's huge for them. That's a huge run for them. That's a huge run for them. Shout out to American Airlines. Shout out to American Airlines. Recently they were just basically yesterday they were $19. Ran up a bit. So with the airlines, you really got to look at the debt. You really got to look at the debt that they have and then the opening potential. Like how hard were they hit due to the pandemic? That's something that you really want to keep your eye on. How hard were they hit? Because the profit margins family on these things is crazy low most of the time. Crazy low most of the time. The profit margins. They make, a lot of the time they lose money. Now let's look at what somebody just said. Somebody just said, appreciate y'all for the super chat. Just know, you don't have to send super chats. I try to read the comments if I can see them, but I got you. I know you sending them out of love. I appreciate you. Just know that. Somebody said NAKD. Man, these short sellers, allergic to short sellers. These short sellers, they going crazy. All right, so we see this. This was 59. And then it's all the way back down here to 55. So yeah, it should find, look at these touch points. Look at the touch points. 55, 1. Let's put our good old friend, D, horizontal line. These short sellers, man. But look at this, 1, 2, 3, in the last few days. Look at this, 55. Yeah, 55 is a strong support. And you could get, if you are interested in getting in this one, and you could get it around the support, that'd be a good first strike. Somebody said, take a look at the big dog, the beast, the monster, the juggernaut, Apple. Oh, this is Apple REIT. This ain't our Apple. Let's go. Look at Apple, family. Look at Apple. I know those Apple call options are printing right now. Printing money, baby. Printing money. Look at these. Bow, 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 bow. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Apple is gonna find resistance at 150. It's gonna find resistance at 150. I'm almost certain. That might even be an all-time high. I'm not sure. Let's check. Yep. Whoa. Apple is currently at an all-time high. Apple has never been this price ever. Apple has never been this price ever. Apple just broke into an all-time high. Keep in mind, Apple is the beast, the juggernaut. Oh my goodness. Jay said Keenan the GOAT. Listen, I've been telling you about Apple for so long. Somebody said my Apple call is going. I seen so many people in the Discord showing me these Apple call options that they picked up. Shout out to y'all for showing me those. Running. Bay Area in the building. I see you, Bay Area in the building. Man, Apple is running. My guy, Cuddy, he said, take a look at FNGU. Family. Apple being this up, man. That's crazy. All right, this one. If you're trying to get in this one, big dog, again, look for a previous high. This one is on an uptrend, right? Look, low, higher low, higher low. So it's on an uptrend, but definitely try to get in if you're getting in before. See what it does at the 40 line. See what it does at the 40 line. If it's coming down from 40, you might be able to pick it up at like 37, 38, but look for that. Look for that. However, this is a high risk one too. High risk. At least in the short term. If you can hold, you got to do your research on that, big dog. Look at that. Bow, 42. Triple leveraged. Yeah, all right. Let's go back to Apple, though. Let's go back to Apple. Man, Apple is a banger. Apple is a banger. And you know what? Let's put Apple into perspective so you can see. I always tell you, Apple is the beast, the big dog, the juggernaut, right? AAPL. AAPL. Apple is up. Apple is up 2.3% just today. 2.3% just today. Let's look at companies' market cap. Take a look at Apple, family. Take a look at Apple. Let's see if we can get Siri to talk to us today. Hey Siri, how are you?
Hi there. I'm pretty good.
Okay, I think we on good terms today. We are on good terms today. So look, Apple is currently a $2.487 trillion company. What is 2.36% of 2.487 trillion?
It's about 0.05852.
Siri, come on now. What is 2.3% of 2.4 trillion?
It's 55,200,000,000.
55 billion. Apple is up $55 billion today. This company is up $55 billion today. Just today. Just today. Let's go and let's look at what's going on with the money that this company went up today. Let's look at the next 100. We're looking at the top companies. They're up $55 billion today. Let's go see which companies are worth $55 billion. Because Apple, just literally in the hour and a half that the stock market's been open, Nio is a $71 billion company right now. Apple just made $55 billion in worth in the last hour and a half. In the last hour and a half. That's crazy. Let's look. We should be here now. Let's see. Okay. Foxconn just about. Twitter. Apple just made as much value as Twitter is totally worth in an hour and a half. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Honda. Come on now. That's crazy. Ferrari. Dollar General. Apple is a banger. And Apple just hit a new all-time high. Major salute to Tim Cook and everybody else over there doing it big. Doing it real big. Making a company like that. I told you 100 times. You've been rocking with me. I told you Apple is a big dog, but it grows like the little dogs. But let's go back and let's just double check on the one, the only, AMC Entertainment. Since we have stopped putting our tiers in the chat, let's see what's going on with AMC on the 5-minute chart. So we did get some red right over here when we stopped putting the tiers in the chat. But somebody said, let's get drunk off of the hedge fund tiers. Naomi said she's still holding. Me too. Let's get it. Discord family in the building. Sammy, much love and much respect for the super chat, big dog. Appreciate you. Just know. Somebody said, and they dish out dividends. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. And let's check this out too. Let's check out our good old friend Van. And I'm telling you a million times, how do you know you're gonna have banger days on some of these days with some of these bigger stocks? VTI will tell you. It's up 0.8%, but it's up. This is a good sign. Oh, CCIV. Let's take a look. CCIV. Here we go. CCIV is $24. This is under that support line, aka now it's a resistance line. So 25 is going to be resistance for CCIV. And we already know what time it is. They're trying to basically dilute the shares potentially, and they just did a thing on that. Somebody said, look at Starbucks. S-Bucks, let's do it. Look at Starbucks, let's do it. Okay, Starbucks is basically up almost 1% on the day. Shout out to Starbucks. But again, remember, if you've been rocking with me for some time, I told you this before. We transitioning from basically call option season all the way to like somewhat short-term put option season. Put option season, aka it's time to basically make some money on the way down on some of these stocks. It's time to make money on the way down on some of these stocks. Charge point is now $24. Charge point is now $24. Remember, charge point is a long-term banger. Charge point is a long-term banger. You got to make sure, and I told you again, if you rock with me, if you buying call options, what you got to do is this. Somebody said, man, this dude is the GOAT. I appreciate you. Just know that. I appreciate you. Now, take a look at this. If you buying call options for things, make sure that you give yourself at least 3 months on them. Now, you may be asking yourself, Keenan, why do you have this 3-month time frame on these call options and so on and so forth? Let's go back and let's look. When you use VTI to tell you these things. Let's go back and let's look at Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund, so you can know when it's time to transition from basically buying a lot of calls to buying more puts. So, okay, look at this. We're on an hour chart. We want to be on a day chart. This is March. Okay, here we go. So remember back in March, so we were in a bull run for a long time, right? We were in a bull run for a long time. Everybody buying calls. And then look at this time frame. From basically February 19th, this is where we were at 173. How long did it take us to get back to 173? Basically, and this is 2020. So from February all the way, so February, right? And all the way until like August. So this is a huge span of a dip, but this was the pandemic. This was extreme. It's never usually this extreme. Let's go and let's look at more recent time frames. Okay, so we had that first pullback. I want to say like in February. Everybody was crying. Oh my God, everything's down. The stock market is a scam. Look at that. February, we had this. We were at 208. It dropped all the way down to 294, and then it got back up here in March. So it took a month. It took a month to recover, to get back to where it was. So this is why we buy call options. When you see the market is turbulent, you buy it for more than 3 months. And it pulled back again. And look, in April, it got back. It got back to that 208. So if you buy your call options and you give it time to breathe, it gives you more time to win. But then when you up, you get out of the play. So the time helps you to get through the pullbacks. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. But again, make sure if you're in CCIV, what I want you to really make sure with yourself, somebody said any news on the short interest, we can go check or text on Twitter. I look at it in a second. Somebody said they down 2K on AMC. You know why? You didn't put no tears in the chat. Come on, we just proved. For those who just got in, you didn't know this, but we literally just proved with science, quantum physics, that there's a quantum entanglement between AMC share price and tears in the chat. And we did an experiment. We had a control group. Listen, I'm using a serious tone with you right now because I want you to understand the intricacies of what we're talking about. We use a control group. We use 2 experimental points of data. I'm telling you right now, it's science. It's science. Now, let's go back and check. AMC is over. Is it? Let's check the 5-minute. Bow. It's holding up. It's finding support at 34, baby. It's finding support at 34, baby. Let's get it. Somebody said, have you seen M. Marin's short interest? Sometimes, let me tell you something. I didn't, but I want you to know this. Sometimes short interest is not a good indicator. Somebody said I'm feeding gems. That's right. Somebody said, look, so short interest is not an indicator of what will squeeze. It's an indicator of the short interest, and that's literally it. However, that combined with all other factors does give you an indication of what the stock can do. Maine is in the house. Let's get it. I see you, Maine. Shout out to y'all. Somebody said, look at Tesla. Let me tell you something. Tesla, I need Tesla to run. Let's go. Let's go, Tesla. Let's go. I want Tesla to stay above 700. And if it don't, I'll tell you this. I want Tesla to come back down to the 500s. Why? So I could load up. Somebody said, check out ZOM. Will do. ZOM is all the way down from 70 cents to 65 cents. So it's looking like this one was a decent swing. Like get in, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out. But I'm telling you something. Let me tell you about ZOM. Once they released True Former early, they basically let every investor down, and then bow. People stop believing in the company. You can't do sneak stuff. This is why they have investor relations pages. You can't do sneaky stuff and then expect people to still support you. It just don't work. It don't work like that. Somebody said check out Nio. Will do. Look at the cream. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go, Nio. Let's get it, baby. Somebody said, right, as long as Tesla's making money, we in here. Discord family in a building. Shout out to Discord family in a building. Somebody said, look up Z-E. What'd you say? Z-E-L-A. No. X-E-L-A. Let's look them up. Let's see how they're doing on the day. So they were 530 earlier, and then they got all the way as low as basically they lost $1 in value at a certain point on the day. So now I want to let me tell you something real quick, family. Make sure you got your listening hat on, family. Make sure you got your listening hat on, not your idiot hat. You can leave that at home. Leave your idiot hat. Look, no Motley Fool articles right now. Put your idiot hat down. Put your listening hat on. A lot of people do this, and now you got to do your research, right? You buy call options when you think the stock is going to go up. You buy put options when you've done your research and you think the stock is going to come down. Generally, think about this. Think about how often you've chased a stock. Right? Think about how often, be honest with yourself. How often have you chased a stock and then the stock comes down after you got in? What you got to do is start to think like this. If I'm going to chase this stock, I'm going to chase it with a put option with money that I'm willing to lose. A put option with money that I'm willing to lose. Why? Because it's more likely by the time you got in, it's time for this thing to come down. So if you say, oh man, let's say you heard about this company yesterday and it got all the way up to 5 here. You're like, oh man, I want to get in. You got to start to think to yourself, you got to start getting in with puts. And now I know, like somebody said, there's no options on this one. But I'm using this one as an example because somebody just brought it up. You could go look at this with any other ones, but somebody said they puts on SP or Virgin Galactic is running. Again, like I said, you got to start to really understand the game. You got to really understand the game. This is why we've transitioned a little bit, like I was telling you, for the last week or so, that we've transitioned into loading up on so many puts. Somebody said Keenan, CCIV. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to that. Good looking out. Somebody on so many puts, on so many calls. We were buying so many calls. Now we're looking into puts more so. Because you can make money on the way down. You just got to know what you're doing and know what you're looking at. So then when you see stuff run up, like, let me tell you something. When I saw Charge Point run up to 29, I was pumped. But you got to step back and be realistic and say, okay, Charge Point is going to find some resistance at this point. It's going to find some resistance at this point like it did in the past, right? And look at that. It found resistance here and it got rejected and came all the way back down at 30. So then when you see it up here today, all of these green candles, this is the thing that when you see all of these green candles, people like Plotkin from Melvin Capital, the hedge fund, people like Ken Griffin from Citadel, when they see these green candles, allegedly, they inside just start to tingle, right? They inside is just tingly. And then they say, wow, we shorting this company, right? And they load up on puts, they short selling, they doing it all. And then it comes down. So you got to say, okay, so if they see this, it's time to start to say, I want to make money on the way down too. So then you buy the option to sell it. At a higher price than it actually is worth. So it's like this. I got this iPhone like I always use because it's in reach. Let's say that this iPhone costs $1,000. And then I give you a contract that says that you could buy this phone for you could sell it for $1,000. We're gonna talk about puts, not calls. I got a phone that's $1,000. I got a contract that says that you could sell it for $1,000. This contract currently has no worth. It has no worth. However, if you could sell this thing for $1,000 according to this contract, and then the phone price drops to $800, and you can still sell it for 1,000 because that's what your contract says, then guess what? You just created $200 worth of value. What if the phone price goes all the way down to 0, but you still hold the contract that says you could sell it for 1,000? You just basically made $1,000 in worth from buying this contract. That's how a put works. That's how a put works. You know, I got you with the education. I got you. So when you buy a put, you buy the option to sell. And then when the thing comes down, guess what? You can still sell it at this price. So then basically you can make money on the way down. You can make money on the way down. I got you. Just know that. So then when the hedge funds see these things, they want to make money on the way down because they think that retail investors all got the paper hands, blah, 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 blah. And then basically they ready to just sell out and make all of this money on you on top of your head because they got one yacht, but they need 2 yachts. That's how they trying to get down. So then they basically try to take all of our money together. And it's really what it is. It's really what it is. So then, like I said, I was in the gym when I put that charge point play up. But guess what, family? Ooh. The people that did get in on it, the family Discord, let's shout out to y'all that ran. Printing. That thing is printing. Printing money. Dang. Shout out to the Discord family in the building. But let's get it. Somebody said perfect analogy. I'm telling you, family, you can make money on the way up and you can make money on the way down. Somebody said, do you think AMC is dead? Absolutely not. Yeah. Somebody said, finish about CCIV. I tell you. So CCIV, again, you got to be on the lookout for CCIV. But I tell you, we're going to go to Ortex. Don't let me forget. So CCIV, let's look at them again because somebody wanted me to finish up on that. CCIV. So if you're trying to load up, look for the low 20s because it broke under the $25 support. Look for the low 20s. Look at the low 20s. Yeah, when you buy a put, technically, yes, you short on the play. Well, no, when you buy a put, you short on the play. But if you were to sell a put, that means you're probably long on play. Because both of these, you could do both of them in reverse. Like if you could buy a call, could you expect the stock to go up? But you could sell a call as well. It is the exact opposite. But again, this $15 billion dilution that they're trying to do, let's just cover this real quick. So basically, they came out with a statement, and maybe I could find a screenshot, like I always do, because I stay with the receipts. I always, when you watch any Keenan Grace video, guess what you could count on? Receipts being in the video, baby. On the side of the screen. Always. I'm always coming with it. Always going to show you what's going on. So I'm going to share this with you. Another receipt that I just showed you. Here we go. Take a look. So my people who are interested in CCIV, take a look at this, family. Let me get back to this so I can just have this one thing in the background. CCIV, recent SEC filing, is setting the grounds for an important shareholder vote. Dilution is becoming a prominent concern in this filing. One proposal would expand the company's number of shares from 500 million to 15.1 billion. This is a crazy dilution. Now, let me show you again. I showed you yesterday, but I'll just give you a real quick background how dilution is different from a split. Take a look at this. Let's say that we had 8 shares of a company total, 4 plus 4. I have 4 and you have 4. How much of it do I own? I own 50%. How much of it do you own? You own 50%. Both of us own 50%. Or 4 out of the 8 total shares, which gives us 0.5. We both own 50%. What if we split the stocks? So now every single 4 is now 8. I have 8 and you have 8. Now totally there's 16 shares of the company. But I have 8 now and you have 8 now because the stock split. How much of it do I own? 8 divided by the 16 total gets us both 50%. They split the stock. Who cares? But what if they diluted the stock? What if they got to 16 through dilution versus getting to 16 through splitting? So let's start it over. If there was 4 stocks I had and 4 stocks that you had, the company has 8. But what if they now added in 8 more? They added in 8 more. I have 4, you have 4, and now there's 8 new shares. Totally there's 16. But take a look.
I have 4 of the 16 and you have 4 of the 16. So that means I have 4 divided by the total of 16. Before I had an ownership of 50%, but now they diluted me and my ownership is now 25%. But it's even more drastic than what I'm showing you now. Because take a look at this. 500 million compared to basically what, 15 billion? This is crazy dilution. This is crazy dilution. So this is an SEC filing that they're talking about it. They're going to do a shareholder vote on it, but they did not basically say, somebody said it was. I count on when Keenan put the video up. Appreciate you, big dog. Just know that. But again, they did not say that they were definitely going to do it, but this is why this is a huge negative catalyst for this stock right now. Huge negative catalyst. Huge negative catalyst. Somebody said he down. He don't know, his hands is cracking. Listen, diamonds don't crack. Look at that. Bow. Look at that, baby. All that. Somebody said, what's a good price for target for Apple? So that's a good question. I want you to see this though. Apple is in all-time high territory. However, there are stock analysts who I have pulled up over here on, did I leave this up? I think I did. Yeah, Tip Ranks. Shout out to Tip Ranks. AAPL. Let's see what top analysts are trying to tell us about Apple. So they're saying this. Let's basically look analysts rating. Let's look at the buy ratings and let's look at the 5-star analysts and let's see what they're saying. So just right now, Apple just got, literally right now, that's crazy. Right now, Apple just got a 170 price target from Citigroup. They got a $175 price target from JP Morgan. Loop Capital 8 days ago gave them 150. What we have here? Another analyst, 5-star analyst gave them 175, 180. And then the highest one is Wedbush 23 days ago, said it was going to 185. 185. This is where they see. These are the price targets for Apple. This is where the big dogs see they're going, baby. This is where the big dogs think that the company is going. Shout out to Apple. Apple is such a banger. Just know. Just know. All right, now let's check some out. So somebody said Nio. Is Nio a buy in the $31 to $33 to $41 range? Now, I tell you this. If you're trying to buy, somebody said, are you buying or keep it? So I tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. How did I get the money for AMC? If you've been following all my videos, I actually used AMC. I used CCIV. I used CCIV when it hit like, I want to say 28 or something like that, right? It went up and then I basically sold it and I used that to buy AMC. I still got like a few shares of CCIV and I do plan on buying back in, but I use that money so I could play it for the squeeze, for the AMC squeeze. All right, now let's check this out. Somebody said Amazon. Yo, Amazon is a banger. One thing that scares people away from Amazon. We're gonna check Ortex before I get up out of here. But take a look at this. Amazon is a banger. If Amazon ever splits, it's gonna be even more of a banger because more people could afford to buy it. But let's check out Ortex real quick. Check out the Ortex data, baby. So let's see if they posted anything new about AMC. They probably didn't. Don't get your hopes up. But let's just double check. Let's go back forward. All right, let's click on their Twitter and let's see if they said anything new. Anything new. They tend to take their time because they try to get it right. Shout out to them for that. So, nope, they didn't say anything yet, but currently the estimate is still about in the 15-ish range for the short interest on AMC. Now, this is why this is important. If the short interest was ever crazy low, like the official numbers, not the estimate. Notice that Ortex posts the estimate because they're tracking it based on different data points. But if the short interest was ever crazy low, like it got under 10, it went all the way down. Somebody said, appreciate you. Discord family, if you're trying to get in, I got you. Just hold on. Come on, hold on, baby. I'm going to get you in there. You can get yourself in, though. Just know. But here we go. If it comes down to like 5%, 2%, 1%, you would know that the shorts are basically, and I mean the official numbers, not just the estimate, the official numbers. You would know that they covered. You would know that they covered. But until then, they still have like 100 million shares to buy back. That's really what's going on. They got to buy back 100 million shares. And I want to be on the ride for that. Just know. Somebody said also Google. Yeah, Google is a banger. So family, whenever you get out of AMC, let's say we play it for the squeeze, we run straight to the promised land, and now it's time to not get rich. It's time to be rich and stay rich. Now it's time to do this. So we got It's time to put it into bangers. Bangers that grow slowly, but they grow. And Google doesn't even really grow slowly. It just grows slowly compared to some other stocks that you might be in. Google is a huge banger, absolute banger. Absolute banger. Google, Amazon. I don't have any Google, but I might load up soon. I might load up on some Google soon, just to have a position in the play. Just to have a position in the play. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And again, I'm telling you, I love being out here with y'all. This is such a vibe. Yeah, don't get caught up on no dates. Somebody said Ric Flair in there, baby. Woo! You know we got it, baby. You know we in here. Don't get caught up on any dates. Somebody said, can you look up Dunkin' Donuts? Dunkin' Brands? I think this is them. I never looked them up before. Never considered it. Not that it isn't a banger. Let's not get it twisted. I just haven't thought about looking it up. Okay, so steady growth long term. Do you have Facebook shares? Absolutely. Let me tell you about Facebook, family. Facebook is the one, not the one, but one of the companies that knows how to turn $1 into $2. And let me tell you something else. A lot of people hate on Facebook, but a lot of people love Instagram. If you could never go on Instagram again in your life, you would basically feel different. You would say, man, I miss looking at whatever. I don't know who you follow on Instagram, but you might miss looking at what you're seeing on there. I'll tell you that. Somebody said, how am I? I'm good. Shout out to the family. Now, let's check out AMC one more time. Here we go. AMC is currently, let's see. So it's showing respect, it looks like, for this $34. Yep, look at that. It's showing respect for us. So we got 2 touch points. Boom, boom. On the 5 minute. Let's look at the 1 minute and see what happens with that. Yep, so we're showing respect to it. Confirmation here. Let's get it. Somebody said, what's a good put option on AMC? I won't do it. I won't do a put option on AMC. I'm not saying that there's no money to be made there, but I just personally am not going to do it because I don't want to make no money with them. Somebody said, Keenan, get me your buddy from Best Buy. Keenan's trackpad is in the building. Shout out to Keenan's trackpad. Oh yeah, just so you know, in case you wasn't out here with me yesterday, I hope you know that this is me. You thought you knew me, you just didn't know you knew me. You thought you didn't know you knew me, but this is me. Whenever I see a synthetic share, whenever I see a naked short share, whenever I see it's looking like a duck, it's quacking like a duck. Oh yeah, this is me. Freddie Grace Jones. That's me. This is me. You know why? I stay pulling the mask off of these hedge funds. I stay doing it. Bow. I see a mask on them. I'm pulling them. Bow. Give me that. I already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Look at this. My man stay pulling the mask off. Whenever you see Freddie Jones, he pulling the mask off. Every time you see a Keenan Grace video come up and I got the facts right here, guess what? I'm pulling the mask off of him, baby. All of the time. You already know. You already know how I get down. You already know how we getting down. That's what I'm talking about. We pulling the mask basically off all these hedge funds just like this. We see it, we got it. Bow. We pulling them off. Yep, they said Future made a song about me. That's right. Pulling the mask right off. Whenever we see it, and like for example, let's take a look. Let's take a look at, what was it? I showed you this yesterday because somebody in the comments was asking me again, like, where did you get the idea that the order flow is being transferred to other exchanges? Where did you even get this idea from? And it wasn't me. I didn't originate this idea. And if you ever watch any of my videos and you've been following the content, you already know that I always show you what I'm talking about. The only opinion that I really ever gave you, and I told you at the beginning of the stream, the only opinion that you got from me, everything else is facts that I'm showing you right here, is this. They want you to die broke. These hedge funds, they want you to die broke. They want you to live under a bridge with a box with their logo on it. That's how they want you to get down, baby. Other than that, I'm showing you the receipts. I'm always showing you the receipts. I'm the king of showing you receipts. Whenever you see me making any video, I'm showing you the receipts. And the president of the New York Stock Exchange told you time and time again, said this. She said, and some of the meme stocks, we know this is GameStop and AMC, but she got to be cautious what she's talking about legally. Cautious, right? This. She said the vast majority of the order flow is changing off of exchanges, which is problematic. The vast majority of the order flow is trading off of exchanges, and it's problematic. Now, I didn't make that up. And what conclusion? The meme stock prices may not properly reflect demand. They may not properly reflect demand. Why is that important? It's most important in the options chains. If any of you have options and your options are out of the money, and it's only a little bit out of the money, but the stock price should be 35. It should be 36, something like that. Then it tells you that, you know what? This demand being changed is basically taken away from what actually the price should be, and you should be in the money, but you're not. And nobody's going to pay you back for that. You just got to take the L according to how the stock market is being played. That's what's going on. So now, Don, appreciate you for the super chat. He said, body is being shorted into the ground, 38%. Price target is 16. With outperform rating, they make more money than Peloton. That's crazy. He said, could it gamma squeeze? Let's take a look real quick, big dog. Take a look. So right now, I'm on a 1 minute. So right now it's coming down. It got up to 13, but ever since it's been coming down, and it looks like it's coming down to the $9 range. Where is it now? Oh, it's under the $9 range. So it's under support. So it could be in free fall right now, or it could be a buy zone. Look for confirmation before you load up, baby. But I also got to say this, baby. This is not financial advice. I just hope you bought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. So don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, you not going to buy the dip. And then you're going to sell low and be right back here crying to me, and I'm not having that. So if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, then stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in index funds. Now hit that like button and show your boy some love. Hit that notification bell to stay tuned. Ric Flair, baby. Woo! Let's get straight to the point. Subscribe to the channel. And the first banger on the list,